It's been a little while since I made a video, and I picked up some pretty cool stuff that I just wanted to show y'all real quick. This should be a pretty quick one. But yeah, haven't made a video in a while. Figured this would be a good kind of bridge. There is a really cool one I want to do next. But to start with, this is a sticker book that I've seen around. It's definitely not rare. It's definitely not like super expensive. But it was one that I wanted to get for a couple reasons. One, I just like collecting everything, as you've seen. Two, there are actually guys in this book that I think this is their first appearance on anything like a sticker or a card. So this is complete, and all the stickers are in nice condition. There's other benefits of this book. It's got Bradman in it, and I just like collecting all of his stuff. So anyway, this was not expensive, but just wanted to show you that I picked this up. There's a Len Hutton who I collect. There's Peter May who I collect. Graveney. Lots of good stuff in here. But yeah, this is definitely not the most exciting thing here. I'll get through that quickly. I was just trying to find the Bradman really quick before there's Compton. Before I move on to the next thing, another Hall of Fame member, Ted Dexter. Anyway, you get the idea. If I don't find Bradman, that's fine, but he is definitely in here. I probably just skipped over him earlier on here, unless he's on. This is actually probably where we're at. These are the Aussie greats. So you got a handful of great players there, and yeah, there he is. So that's the Sir Don sticker in here, which again, these are not super expensive. They're actually, this book was really cheap. I think I got it for like 15 pounds. You might be able to even get it cheaper than that, but yeah, I think if you found these stickers that weren't stuck in, they'd probably be worth a little bit more, but pretty common. Just nice to pick up. So now for some more interesting things. I collect some tickets. This is the Asian Bradman, Zahir Abbas. This was his legendary knock of 240 at the Oval against England. So just a really cool piece of history there. I believe it was actually in the 22nd where he achieved his 240, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been the 23rd, but either way, I've got both of the dates covered, and I don't have any tickets from that era, so it's just kind of cool to have that. Speaking of Bradman again, this was the one Flicker book I did not have. There's a three-part series. I've got one that was in nice condition, another one that was signed, and then this one is really the nicest of the three. So, very, very hard to find these, in my experience, in this kind of really, really sharp condition. Even the staple is not rusted. So that was really cool to pick up in nice condition. Here's another item I picked up. This is Graveney's rookie card, as far as I have been able to tell. And I did have copies of it, I think maybe one or two, but I'd never had a full panel. So I figured that would be a good one to pick up. There's not many rookie cards that are in the Turf series, and obviously that's one of the areas that I like to focus my collection. So picking up a rookie full panel was really neat. Now for probably the coolest part of this video. And yeah, I just think these are awesome. So these are 4 vintage postcards, each of which contain some really cool and great players. So 3 of them are Yorkshire. You've got Lord Hawke there in the middle. You've got Wilf Rhodes second from the top left. And, those are basically the 2 most memorable names on all 3 of these. Not to say that the other players aren't also good in their own right, but this one is in the poorest condition. But it has the date on it. So this is a 1903 postcard, which is pretty amazing. One of my very oldest postcards. This one's a lot nicer, but you can see it was probably taped down right there and a little bit of paper loss. And this one to me was just maybe the coolest and nicest postcard I've seen. I just love the imagery, the really deep black in the background, the baby face on Wilf Rhodes, and really clean. So was very, very happy to pick that up. I think it's a similar era. I think these are all the first decade of the 1900s. So, man, that's nice. And then you guys know how I love Hobbs. So picked up this vintage Surrey postcard. I don't remember exactly what year this is supposed to be, but in my memory, it's in the maybe early 1920s. If you have any more information, let me know. But cool. So that's what I was going to show off in this video. In the next one, I'll give a little preview. I've got my very oldest cricket-related items here, and I like to go down rabbit holes. I won't go into this in the next video, so I'll just show this. As I was doing my research into the old cricket stuff, I did not know that you could get 1860s full newspapers, and these are huge. These are Civil War. For those of us in the United States, or even if you're not in the United States, these were the actual newspapers that people were having delivered to their house during the Civil War, where, think about it, this was before TV, before radio, and there was really no photography either for the most part. So, this was the way that people were getting the news. This is how they were finding out about these famous battles. So I'm in Virginia. The Fredericksburg was only about an hour from me. So when I started seeing some of this, and again, it started from really researching cricket stuff. This is my city. So I'm in just south of Richmond. This is a city I have a lot of love for, but it has a very, very painful past. There's a lot of Civil War history here, monuments and things like that, which has been huge in the news. But look at that. These are the old forts, the old rebel forts that were set up all around Richmond to try to protect it. And eventually the bridges burned. So even today, these islands are still there. I fish right off those, essentially the same bridges. They're not exactly in the same place, but more or less. This is one of my favorite places to fish in the city. This is still the downtown. All this area has been really built up now, obviously, but it's just fascinating that you can, this belongs in a museum, but I guess there's enough of these out there that you can purchase them and just have them as part of your collection. So I bought a few of these. And again, not really what this channel is about, but another area that I'm passionate about. And I'll just say this, this has the Battle of Antietam, but this specific issue is really special to me because this is where, Lincoln, they call it the or the preliminary Emancipation Proclamation. But this is where he declared to the country, hey, the slaves are going to be freed. And this one is October 1862. The actual declaration he made was September 22nd, but it didn't make it into the paper until this week. And then it was on January 1st that the formal Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 was actually issued. So again, not my typical content, but I've picked up a handful of these, and I'll go through the cricket-related content next time because it's from the same era and just really, really fascinating. So thanks for watching.